Hello. All right. Okay. Welcome to episode 2 of UnFiltered. I'm Ram Vivekan and I'm unfiltered. So let's get on with this episode. So I'm a bit more organized today. So you know what? We'll start off with what I did for the last episode. Okay. So the last episode I actually thought that, let me rephrase it. Okay. There's a fan in my room that's spinning and I have a very small room. So the mic picks up, even though I have a condenser mic, I have a filter over it. The mic picks up the background audio from the fan. So what is it that I tend to do? I looked up so many ways to reduce noise. So I picked up a few tips or tricks. Like in Premiere Pro, you can use a noise reduction technique. So that helped me a lot. From where என்ன பண்ணேன் that one, yes, I actually did it. Then I learned, I set up a new YouTube channel called UnFiltered. So guys, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this in Spotify, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel. You can hear my podcast over there too. I'll upload shots of funny clips or moments, whatever happens in this podcast. And okay, that's there. It's unfiltered. And let's start on with today's episode. So that's what happened yesterday. Wait, I actually have a notes of I have segments of what we have to do. So today's episode 2. This is second episode. And okay, I'll tell you about me. Okay, I am Ram Vivekan. I already introduced myself. It's the third time I'm doing it. So where am I from? I'm from Salem. Salemங்கிறது தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்க ஒரு ஸ்மால் சிட்டி, நாட் அ ஸ்மால் சிட்டி, இட்ஸ் அ பிக் சிட்டி, ஒரு ஊர். நான் எங்கே இருக்கேன்னா, ஐ லிவ் இன் த ஏற்காடு ஃபுட் ஹில்ஸ். ஏற்காடு இஸ் அ ஹில் ஸ்டேஷன் அண்ட் ஐ லிவ் இன் த ஃபுட் ஹில்ஸ் ஆஃப் த ஃபுட் ஹில்ஸ். கோரிமேட்னு ஒரு ஏரியாவில் தான் நான் இருப்பேன். ஸோ ஐ ஸ்டடிட் மை எல்கேஜி யூகேஜி அண்ட் கிரேட் 1 to grade 8 இன் சேலம். ஸோ ஒரே ஸ்கூலில் தான் நான் படித்தேன். கோல்டன் கேட்ஸ்னு ஒரு ஸ்கூலு, இட்ஸ் அ வெரி ப்ராமினன்ட் ஸ்கூல் ஓவர் தேர். அந்த கோல்டன் கேட்ஸ்ங்கிற ஸ்கூலில் தான் நான் படித்தேன். ஒரு எல்கேஜி யூகேஜி அதில் படித்தேன். ஸோ கோல்டன் கேட்ஸ் இஸ் எ மெட்ரிகுலேஷன் ஸ்கூல். அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னாச்சுன்னா, அது வந்து தே ஓப்பன் அனதர் பிரான்ச் டு ஸ்கூல்னு சொல்லலாம். இட்ஸ் நாட் அ பிரான்ச் டு ஸ்கூல், இட்ஸ் சிபிஎஸ்சி வெர்ஷன் ஆஃப் த ஸ்கூல், எமரால்ட் வேலி பப்ளிக் ஸ்கூல்னு. ஸோ அந்த ஸ்கூலில் நான் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிரேட்லேருந்து 8th கிரேட் வரைக்கும் நாங்கள் படித்தேன். ஸோ அதான் போயிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ நான் எப்படி ராம் விவேகனோட கேரக்டர் எப்படி அப்படின்னு நிறைய பேருக்கு ஒருவேளை தெரிஞ்சவங்க தான் பார்ப்பீங்க, இல்லை யாருக்கும் மேபி இந்த ஃபியூச்சர் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா இதான் நான். ஒரு காமிக் ரிலீஃப் கேரக்டர் தெரியுமா? நடுவில் உங்கள் ஸ்டோரியில் திடீர்னு படத்துலலாம் வந்து காமிக் ரிலீஃப்னு ஒருத்தர் வச்சுருப்பாங்கல்ல, அந்த கேரக்டர் தான் நான். ஸோ இட்ஸ் நாட் அ பேட் திங், ஐ வுட் சே, பிகாஸ் what happened is that, look, I'll tell you, I'm 5'3". Like, if you round it off, I'm 5'3". I'm a pretty short guy. I'm dark skinned. I have a lot of things about me that could be made fun of. Okay, so the only way to be not made fun of is that you be a comic relief guy. You be the fun guy, the guy that does. If you don't want to be the guy that does, okay, I think I have to cut that segment out, or else, you know what, I'll leave it in. If you don't want to be the guy that's being made fun of, you have to be the guy that makes the fun. But you also have to make sure that you don't put someone else in the same spot as you are. So you have to make fun of a generic idea rather than the person themselves. So you have to be that guy. So I was that guy. So it did not all start off very simply. So until my 8th grade, I studied in Salem, right? So Salem is a very small city, and there are not in my school, right? In my school, there were people over there, but the people over there were very open-minded. So they did not give me a hard time. They used to make fun of me, but they were lads. They were my boys. அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லிக்கலாம். So it was very easy for me to blend in over there. Not even blend in, because I practically grew up over there. So I grew up with them for 8 years. So it was not difficult. So after my 8th grade, due to multiple reasons, I decided to go and study in Chennai. Fiji, prepare for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So the 4 years, I planned to prepare for this IIT JEE entrance examination, joint entrance examination. So I planned to come to Chennai. So when I came to Chennai, it was abysmal. I didn't know what to do. Practically everything was different. I thought I had to ask permission for everything. I thought we just had to be nice to be friends, but that was the biggest mistake. If you be nice, you are the first kid to get picked on. So my 9th grade and 10th grade were horrendous. I made friends, okay. I did have friends. I did have a set of friends, but the other kids in my class used to bully the you know what? This episode I'm gonna curse, okay? So cursing is like I'm not. These kids, right? These guys who are currently friends of mine, we grew into it. But first, when we first met, they bullied the fuck out of me. There are no. I can't even explain to what degree they used to make fun of. Okay, so I'll give you a few examples. Okay, so when we went on a trip, okay, when we went on a trip to some place, I don't remember exactly. So when we went on a trip, these guys, I used to sit in the back of the bus. Okay, we used to go by bus, and these guys wrote verses, lines of songs, making fun of me and my characteristics, and something. They used to call me black as a crow, like I'm a jungle guy. It was horrendous. At right now, I'm laughing at it, but at that time, imagine I was what I was studying in ninth grade, 10th grade, right? That time I was not so open-minded, and also I was not ready to accept these kind of things could happen to me. So that happened. It was so fucking horrendous. So I had to change myself, and it took me 2 years to understand that I have to change. I just thought that I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, like, I did go and complain on them. I did go tell on them that they were making fun of me. They took my bag and kept in second grade classrooms. Like, they used to hide my notebooks beneath the air. Like, used to open up the AC and hide my notebooks beneath it. So it was like these are few things that they did, but I also didn't understand that. Okay, the more I get angry is what feeds them. So I was just like, no, I got angry. I cried a lot. I was such a wussy back then, but leaving the part out, 11th grade, I realized, okay, to manage these fuckers, I have to be someone else that I am not. So what did I do? I fucking laughed at everything. This is the only thing I did. Many people don't understand. They make fun of me. I laughed along with them. Something that I did not agree with, accept. I just laughed along with them. The second thing, I made. I started being humorous, dumb jokes. Whether be it so flat, dumb, or anything, start making jokes. If you are in this situation, right, trust me, it helps a lot. You know why? You're putting your brain to work. You're grinding your brain so that you can make good jokes. I'm just gonna drink some water because my mouth's running dry. Alright, I was saying, yeah, you start making jokes. So when you make jokes, what happens? People usually tend to like you. That's most likely the only direction it's gonna take go in. Okay, so I started making jokes. I started being this comic relief guy, but then I realized I kind of liked it. So when I started faking being a person, right, I started to realize that why just fake being the person? Because some things are actually funny, right? So why fake laugh to it when I can actually laugh to it? So I started laughing. So I started enjoying life. My 11th grade was bliss. Like life changed upside down, right? That's what happened to me in my 11th grade. The guy I hated the most became like my closest friend in 11th grade. And 12th grade, 12th grade was a little a fall from my 11th grade, but it was not as bad as what can we tell, ninth and 10th grade. So that's what happened in 12th grade. Then comic relief. So this is what comic relief is. But jumping from this, okay, I planned a segment today which I really wanted to talk about. Just like first was I wanted to start off the editing of last episode. Second segment was my life, how I became this. I don't know if you guys find me humorous or not, but I definitely am humorous in my own sense. So third one, when is it too far? This is the segment I really want to delve deep into. So when we make jokes, right? When we make jokes on things, people, ideologies, ideologies can consist of anything from political ideologies to religious ideologies to customary beliefs, anything. When is it too far? When is it too far? Or has a person taken it too far? How do we set the boundaries to it? So I'd like to believe that most things in life, right? Not everything, but most things in life have a black and a white region. Okay, but after the black region and the white region, it's not just black and white. There's a huge spectrum of gray over there. Okay, so it's where it changes from white to black. It's a very huge spectrum. So as long as people stay in the middle of the gray section, right, or in the most whiter regions, right, Okay, that sounded racist, but I'm not racist. I'm trying to tell. If you stay in the middle of the gray area and you don't delve more into the darker regions, it is safe that you can make jokes on something. Like if you compliments, sometimes compliments also are taking things too far. Like if you see a, usually this problem arises with guys. Okay, so when you see a guy, okay, that guy sees a girl, he thinks that she is beautiful. She's looking hot. What does he do? Most of them guys will not speak up, because even though he likes the girl, loves the girl so much, he will not speak up. He will not compliment her. Why? The fear factor of taking it too far. Because most of the times when guys go and compliment the girl, even though if the girl knows it comes from a good place, a good heart, right? They will always plan, or they'll always try and make it look bad. The guy will look bad on every situation. So what is it that guys should do? It, okay, let's take a scenario. Okay, I'll give you an example on this. You see a girl who's looking buff. Okay, she goes to the gym every day. She's looking buff. She's looking very hot. This is a very outrageous scenario. So do not actually go and try and do this. All right. So she's looking very buff, if you know what I mean. So you can't go directly to the girl and be like, "Damn, you look fine. You look leng." No, that's not how you speak. Because most guys, that's what is in their brain, and they think there's nothing wrong with going and telling it to her. I don't mean that everybody does this, but that's in the brain, right? That's in the head, right? So what is it that you do? You compliment the idea. You compliment the idea. Have you been working out? Like, you're showing that you're working out. Like, you look very good. So that's a subtle way of complimenting someone, where they understand what you mean, and they also understand that you're polite. So this is where it is. So this is where complimentary region. So guys, take notes. I mean, and if it doesn't work, don't come and screw me. Okay. So this is just my thought process. Okay. The second thing, jokes. When you make jokes, right? Mostly the people who get offended are the people who are at the other end of the jokes. There are two types of people. Okay. When you make three types of people when you make jokes. One type of people, the guy who makes jokes. Second type of people, the audience. Okay. And the third type of people are the ones at the other end of the joke, the stick. So if you want to make a joke, it has to be about something. It can't be about nothing. So if you're making a joke, it can be about like Kenny Sebastian does. You can make jokes about chai, tea, biscuits, or something. But the other end is an object. So it doesn't have any anger or emotion to backlash you on. But if you try to make jokes on politics, religion, caste, or a particular stereotype, there is always, you know what, there are always people who are going to hate you. Okay, because people simply can't take jokes. Sometimes it is taking too far, but most of the times people don't take it too far. But other people simply don't like the idea that you're having fun. That's ingrained into humanity, right? So they will always try and come for you. So one way you can defend yourself or make sure that you're not taking it too far is that you don't target and make jokes of them. Okay, jokes about them. So targeted, how do I put this delicately? So even though this is unfiltered, right? This is a fucking unfiltered podcast. I'm thinking so much about putting this delicately. Okay, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give examples. You can fat people, right? You go tell someone, a fat person, you're fat, right? They'll be like, I know. They'll cry their balls out. And nowadays it's like you can't tell someone who's fat you're fat. That's gonna hurt their feelings. No. If someone's fat, you have to tell them they are fat. But in a way that, yes, it should affect their, I would say it should hurt their feelings so that they take care of themselves. And also it depends on where you come from. Like if a comedian goes and makes a joke about fat people, right? He's making, his point of view is to make people laugh, not to hurt people. So a comedian can do that. And if your friend comes and tells you you're fat, right? You're fat, shut the fuck up and go to the gym. Don't be lazy. That's coming from a good place. That's coming from a caring point of view. So that's allowable. That's not taking it too far. But if some guy you don't like, right? He is not someone you like, a guy or a girl, a person, whomever, whatsoever, right? He comes to you and he's like, okay, you're a fat pig. He does your mom jokes few times and calls you that. You don't have to tolerate that. That is when things are taken too far. It's very simple. You also have to know your audience. If if the people surrounded by you are okay with you making these types of jokes, you can make these types of jokes. Sometimes it's taking things too far, sometimes it's not. Even though if relatively everything is a spectrum and not everything is guided by boundaries, I would say it's better to speak your mind in a polite way. Always say and do the right thing, or make jokes about the right thing. Because okay, this is turned into a philosophical concept. No, I wanted to talk about jokes. Fucking hell. Okay, you guys, this is how it is gonna be. I will start off in one topic thinking that I will delve into the comedic life of how Ram lives, but I have delved into what the fuck should happen and what the fuck should not happen in this world. So I'm extremely sorry, but see, I do not know how to see. Now I'm messed up. I'm not able to think straight. I was going in a flow talking about a topic. Now I'm okay. Where were we? We were talking about com- comedic relief and taking things too far, right? Yeah, this is how taking things too far are. So I hope you get a. This is just my these on everything over here, right? These are just my opinions. They're not facts. Okay, I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not, but I may be wrong. I'm ready to accept it, but this is what I mean. So you can make jokes of things that are not customary. Like traditionally, you don't make fun of these things, right? But I believe that you can make fun of these things because they happen. They are facts. A fat person is a fat person, and yes, that's the only example I give. Any other example I give is gonna be taken out of context. So what is the next segment I wanted to talk about? Next segment is similar to this, but next segment is stereotypes. What are stereotypes? Okay. Stereotypes are, look, there are many types of stereotypes, right? Stereotypes can range from good stereotypes to bad stereotypes, like a particular set of people having I don't think OCD is a stereotype, but okay. The basic idea is categorizing, right? Categorizing people into something, 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 right? So typically, if an Indian guy goes to United Kingdom, right, they'll expect us to have the knowledge of the curry. How is curry made? The flavorful tastes of curry and all the stuff. Food. That's one region where it's stereotyped. So is stereotyping bad or good? So as everything, as all things in the world should be, right? Everything is a double-edged knife, and everything, both edges don't have the same sharpness or anything. It is all mixed matched. It's fugazi, like it doesn't exist at all. What it is that how do people understand it? How do people take it? So how can I say this? Okay, stereotypes. So you can't stereotype a German, right? See, some things are historically bad, right? So this is where I will draw the line, where some things have been historically done wrong and it is still affecting today's world. That things, right? Those things I would say that you don't delve into. For example, Nazi Germany, uh, the Mumbai blast in the Taj Hotel blast in India. You don't make jokes about that, dark humor jokes about that. No, I would not cross that line. These are my personal opinions. Nazi Germany, I think it has been passed. There has been enough time passed that you can make few jokes about them. Then the civil war in America, I don't think we can make jokes about that right now. And we definitely can't make, okay, there are some times where stereotypically, where something politically major is happening and it is actually dumb so that you can make a stereotypical joke about it. For example, what can we say? Yes, this, oh my god, this LGBTQ community, right? Now it has become LGBTQ plus and all the stuff, right? See, that is where I'll roast the shit out of people if they come and talk to me. I don't give a fuck. Canceling me, okay, go ahead. I don't care. So I understand that people want to be their own things. I'm not against it. At the same time, do not force it down my throat. It's very simple as that. You want to be a lesbian, you want to be a gay, you want to be a transgender, you want to transition, anything, right? Go ahead, do it. But I cannot be forced to remember, or I cannot be forced to remember, like, Okay, I should call you they, but you're a singular person. Why the fuck should I call you they? I mean, it has not come to India yet, but still, I have some few friends who are like horrendous at this. Like, they think this is okay. It is not. You're either a guy or a girl, or you have transitioned is also fine, but biologically, you were born a guy or a girl. Doesn't mean that I have to be forced to call you some pronoun that you're not. I don't have to call you a fucking pan, a car wheel, a turd of shit. What the like? It triggers me so much. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. And people may criticize me for not accepting people of this mental health, man, whatever it is, right? I I think this is what we. I don't think this is what humanity needs right now. It, it's wrong. It's simply wrong. I don't know how else to put this. Oh my god. I would. I'm very happy that we are not living in the. I'm not living in the Western civilization right now. Like, I'm not a part of the West. I'm living in India right now. Like, around 5 years ago, right? I would have loved to move to the West. Not America as well. I would have loved to move to the UK, right? But right now, I'm like, no, nope. India is the best place to be right now, as of right now, because not just India, anywhere in the East, okay, except few countries that I would not like to state. Uh, why would I say this? Because what can you do? I mean, like, you don't have to follow these propagandas or agendas put forth by people which are not scientifically accurate. Even though in Eastern countries we are forced to follow some rules and laws and ethics or guidelines which are not scientifically right, but they have been customary for over thousands of years, which we have been which have been adapted to, so it is easier to accept. But doing something that is wrong, not just wrong, it is wrong on a fundamental level, is something that not many people can accept, and you can't force them to accept it. You're a singular person, you're not a multiple person, so I have to call you using your pronouns you. I cannot call you they or them. At the same time, you were born a guy or a girl. It is, that's it. And don't even get me started with sexualities. There are so many sexualities, like, whatever you feel, right, you can't determine it as sexuality. It depends on people's genders. Both are intertwined. It is a complicated topic, I know, but breaking it down simply is because you like guys or you like girls, that's all. Or you like both of them, or you like, that's it. I don't think it needs to be broken down any further. I like guys on this particular skin, this particular race, or this particular type of guys, this particular category of guys, or girls, or both. They do not need to be broken down into those many categories. That is what I'm telling. If you all accept, as Vedas once said, if you all accept that we are very diverse, we can be a little less diverse. We can be a little more united, accepting that we are all divided. I'm not properly quoting him, but it's in these lines of what he said. So it is, I think, and also I think this was required when people started doing this shit, right? Started categorizing and layering them up. Some people started to stand up. Like, people actually were like, I'm not doing this bullshit. I don't have to be forced to do this bullshit. What are you going to do? So they're standing up, and they are driving the world into another direction where we can accept. And we are going back. I don't want to go back to the ancient days. I don't want to go back to those days where there were so many stereotypes where it was actually bad. But I want to go back. It should be the middle, right? We can't find the exact middle, exact perfection, but it's a journey, right? So if we tread along the lines of somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the gray region, it is fine. Let's just not jump extremely into the white. This is where I would say the white is too bad. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm yawning again. But this time I'm not recording. You know what? I'm not recording at night right now. It's just 6:35 p.m. But I do not know why I'm feeling so sleepy. And I thought this would this. You know what, guys? I'm gonna talk like this. I'm just gonna keep on uploading these videos. One day I'll be proper. Okay, my videos will start to get proper, and my videos will be streamlined instead of jumping from one segment to another, and instead of being disorganized, disarrayed, and being in look. Last episode I would have mostly spoken in Tamil, and this episode I'm mostly speaking in English. It's because of multiple reasons. One, I'm very tired today, and speaking this topic right in Tamil will will be a hassle for me. So it is very easier for me to even though I'm not very good at it, it's easier for me to converse this in English. So just go along with it. If you guys want, I'll in the future for Tamil maybe I'll trying to add some subtitles. Okay, nowadays editing is very difficult, and I'm a singular guy studying. I told you guys, right? I'm a college student. I have a lot of work. Even though I'm bored most of the time, I have a lot of work. So I'll try and get it done. And that's it, guys. This is Ram Vivekan signing off, and it's unfiltered. Like and subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Follow me up on Spotify, and peace out.